Hey guys, what's up? Power Up Boxing here. Vasyl Lomachenko versus Nicholas Walters. High Tech versus the Axeman. And it's this Saturday, and it's gonna be. It's tomorrow actually. Wow, time flies, eh? Wow. Well, it is tomorrow, but it's still technically longer. It is 1 a.m., so it just turned Friday, but time flies. Anyway, uh, it's going to be a very good fight. Two hungry young guys. Lomachenko is 28 years old, and Nicholas Walters is 30 years old. So both guys are in their prime. Nicholas Walters has more of the experience, obviously, professional wise. We all know what Lomachenko did in the amateurs. He only lost one fight. He avenged that loss. He's like 300 and something and one. So this guy, they call him one of the best Olympic athletes ever in boxing. Gold medalist, I think 2-time gold medalist. So you got Vasyl High Tech Lomachenko, 5'6", 65.5-inch reach, 57% knockout percentage. Only had 7 bouts, 6 wins, 4 knockouts, 1 loss to Salido. We all know what happened in that fight. Salido didn't even try to make weight. He was way over, I think by like a couple pounds or something like that. He walked in as a welterweight, almost 150. It was at 126, and he was low blowing him, dirty tactics. Salido's a veteran in there. He knows all that. It's pretty much. It was a learnings experience for Lomachenko. A guy like Salido will teach you a lot, and actually I think it really did help him. What better fighter to face than Orlando Salido to teach you about the professional game? So that's his only loss, and at the end of that fight, he was winning. And it looked like he really hurt Salido bad in that last round. He looked like he was going to stop him. But didn't go that way, and Salido won that fight. But it wasn't for the title because Salido didn't make weight. Or if Lomachenko won, he would have got the title maybe, but Salido could not win the title, I think. So his last fight, impressive, one of his most impressive wins against Roman Martinez. Mikey Garcia faced him, knocked him out. But I think Rocky Martinez actually dropped Mikey, if I remember correctly. But Mikey ended up knocking him out. And now Lomachenko has knocked him out with a vicious, I think it was an uppercut, then a right hook. Vicious. He hit the canvas very hard. Couldn't get up. Martinez, that is. So Nicholas Walters, 26-0, 21 knockouts, 5'7". So he's 1 inch taller, 73-inch reach, very long reach for that division. Longer reach than Floyd Mayweather, I think. I think Mayweather's like 72, I think. So very long reach. Lomachenko 65 and at 1/2. So that might be average for the division. I'm not really sure though. But compared to Lomachenko, Walters, he has a almost 8-inch reach, 7.5-inch reach over him. That's a half a foot. So Lomachenko's got to use all his skills in this fight, all his angles, and his awkwardness of the southpaw to win this fight. And to me, I think this is it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not counting Walters out. A lot of people are counting Walters out, and I don't know why. This guy has proven that he's powerful, obviously. He's proven that he's got decent technique and just the way he turns his shots. We've seen him against Donaire. He pretty much beat the shit out of Donaire. He even said that. Donaire admitted he beat the shit out of me. Donaire did okay at the start of the fight. He hurt Walters, but Walters could absorb the shots better after that, and Donaire couldn't. Then he beat Mariaga. I forget if I saw that fight or not. Jason Sosa, it was majority draw. I seen that fight. He didn't look tremendous in that fight, but now we know Jason Sosa actually is good because he has the title now. So Maybe that's why he didn't look that good. Joseph Sosa isn't actually that bad. But when he faced Walters, we didn't really know him, so we didn't expect much. But now we know he's actually pretty good. So I haven't seen Sosa fight that much myself, but I can't really recall. But I probably have seen him fight. And now they're gonna clash Lomachenko and Walters. They both have moved up from 126. Walters is the bigger man. He looks bigger, more muscular. Walter's shoulders are just huge for his body. They're like disproportional. His shoulders are like this all the time. Like I'm flexing my upper shoulders right now, but his are always like this. Like he's like lanky, but then his upper body goes like this. It's like, so he has like his shoulder muscles are huge, his rotator cuffs or whatever. Maybe that's where a lot of the power comes from too, the shoulders. So 50-50 fight, and the reason why I say this is because Walter's undefeated in his prime, is a champion himself, and I think he's faced the better opposition, I would say, just because he beat Donaire. But you could say Donaire was starting to go decline at that time, so that's debatable, but that was a huge win for him. He did get hurt by Donaire's left hook, but he took it well. He recovered very quickly. It was at the end of the first round or second round, I forget. So he's faced Victor Chinyan. Victor Chinyan's chin's like gone now. He knocked him out. Nicholas Walters knocked him out. And Lomachenko, only 7 fights. Orlando Salido. Obviously, Gary Russell Jr., that was obviously a high-level guy he fought there. The guy's only lost once, and he's been winning ever since. And winning his last 3 fights, 2 of them out by knockout. So he's actually the WBC World Featherweight Champion, Gary Russell Jr. So that he's good. And so Lomachenko has faced good competition himself. So I would say professional experience-wise, you got to give it to Walters. But I think that Salido really taught Lomachenko a lot. But I'll give the edge to Walters in the professional experience. But amateur experience, you got to give it to Lomachenko. Technically better. He's proven it. Like, you don't just win 2 gold medals out of, like, for not being good, obviously. Obviously, the other guy could have got robbed, but I don't think in this case he did. I never seen his gold medal matches, but I think it would have been talked about if he didn't clearly win those. So I would say skill-wise, you would have to give it to Lomachenko. Speed, you would have to give it to Lomachenko. Combination speed, you would have to give it to Lomachenko. Foot speed, you would have to give it to Lomachenko. His footwork is incredible. You would have to give it to him. Reminds me of Manny Pacquiao, especially since he's a southpaw and the way he turns guys and his angles. So power-wise, you have to give it to Walters. But Lomachenko's got power himself. And I think the power comes from the speed and the angles. You don't see it coming. And he just he puts a beating on you until you can't take anymore. I would say Walters has the more thudding power, the more one-shot power that hurts you. Lomachenko's more, you don't see it coming, it's so quick. He hits you right on the chin, the right spot, the accuracy. And raw power, I would say more Walters. So power, Walters. Advantage for him. Size, reach, tremendous advantage for reach for Walters. Almost an 8-inch reach for Walters. That could possibly be a big factor depending on how Walters uses it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he won't. He's going to probably be charging Lomachenko, so maybe he might give up some of that range. But it would be wise for him to use the jab and set up punches. So it really depends. It's a big advantage, but if he doesn't use it right, it could be no advantage. So advantage for size and reach for Walters. He is a little bit taller, 1 inch taller than Lomachenko. Not that big of a deal, but the reach is. Weight wise, I think Walters probably does walk around at the heavier weight. He is heavier. He looks bigger. I don't know how much on fight night he'll be bigger, but I assume he would be heavier. So advantage for him there. What else here? So I'd say it's pretty much going to be speed and accuracy with decent power versus power and strength and reach from Walters. Professional experience versus amateur experience. But then again, like I said, Lomachenko's only had 7 fights, but that Salido fight he learned a lot from that. Gary Russell Jr., Rocky Martinez, he's faced very good professional fighters. So it's a 50-50 fight. I'm giving the edge to Lomachenko, but the reason why I'm giving him the edge is because obviously his speed, his angles, his skill level, his footwork, his speed and his footwork and his accuracy. And I say I think he'll have the edge, but it's still 50-50. Because Walters, we all know his power, his strength. If he can overwhelm Lomachenko, overpower him with his strength, then we don't know what could happen, right? So if Lomachenko can handle Walters' power, or if he can just avoid it altogether and not let him land clean all night, or if, like I said, if he can take the punch, then I see Lomachenko winning this fight, and it could be easy. But if he can't take the power of Walters, if he can't avoid the punches of the Axeman and the body punching of Axeman, then this is why I think Walters could win the fight. So that's my opinion on it. I'm going with Lomachenko by decision, and it could be easy, it could be tough, but I think if Lomachenko figures him out and stays away from the power, it could be an easy night. But if not, it's going to be a hard night, and it could go either way. So we'll find out this Saturday. Don't miss it. Let me know who you think is going to win the fight. Is it going to be High Tech, or is it going to be the Axeman? Let me know. And thanks for watching. Power of Boxing, powering down.